Hello, and thank you for joining us for this Calfordseaden Sustainability Seminar. This is a recording of a live event that was held in October 2020, and it covers the basic principles of the Home Quality Mark, or HQM. The team members giving this presentation are Jacqui, Clarke and Angela Forbes, who are both sustainability consultants and HQM assessors. A quick introduction to our services. Calfordseaden is a multidisciplinary construction and property consultancy with a trading history of nearly 80 years. All services are provided in-house by directly employed teams, and we operate from 6 offices located in London, Birmingham, Cambridge, Essex, Hampshire and Kent. We hope you enjoy watching. Please get in touch using the details at the end of the recording if you have any questions about this presentation or would like to register interest in future events.
Right, so today we're going to talk about the Home Quality Mark and what makes a Home Quality Mark home different. We'll look at what's measured and how the Home Quality Mark works, some of the scoring and minimum requirements and routes of rigor, and also the information that you can expect to see on the certificate. And then I'll pass over to my colleague Angela, who will take you through a bit of a recap and also cover benefits and recommendations at the end before we have our Q&A session. So I'm just going to pass you over to Angela, who will take you through the first couple of introductory slides.
Thank you, Jacqui. What is Home Quality Mark? The Home Quality Mark has been created to serve the UK's house builders and householders who buy and rent new homes. They're a customer-focused, a third-party certification scheme that builds upon best practice within the housing sector. It has been developed and operated by the Building Research Establishment, BRE, which is the UK's leading building science centre. HQM is designed to help house builders demonstrate the high quality of their homes and to differentiate themselves in the workplace. They reflect the broad range of expectation from industries, occupiers and society. At the same time, it gives householders the confidence that their new homes they are choosing to buy or rent are well designed and built and are also cost effective to run. Next slide. Thank you. In the current climate, as we know, there's always a need for more homes and new homes. And people are always looking for homes that are cost effective, that are a lot cheaper to run and within their budgets and with plenty of local amenities. The Home Quality Mark provides impartial information from independent experts on a new home's quality and sustainability. It's designed to clearly indicate to householders the high standard for their running cost, for their health and their well-being benefits, and the environmental footprint associated with living in their homes. In short, HQM is designed to help everyone to fully understand the quality, performance and attributes of a new build home. And I'll pass over to Jacqui Clarke.
Okay, so over the next couple of slides, we're just going to have a look at what is measured. So the HQM is divided into 3 main sections, which I'll cover over the next 3 slides, as I mentioned. And the first section is called Our Surroundings and looks to reward homes built to maximise benefits and minimise impacts both now and into the future. The issues covered relate both to site context and movement and connectivity. So under site survey, we are concerned with understanding the opportunities and constraints that will affect the way the home meets your needs now and in the future, and will primarily focus on the condition of the land, including contamination, flood risk, security, privacy and nuisance, but also infrastructure, including water and electrical supplies, and also drainage and sewerage arrangements. Design and character will give recognition for engaging with the community and other local bodies through consultation and discussion around design decisions, and also rewarding homes that fit in with the local character and for larger developments to create public spaces associated with the home. Building footprint and layout looks at the design and layout of your home, meeting space needs and efficient use of the home's footprint and orientation, and also the careful arrangement of buildings within a plot or a community. And with respect to provision of services, a home should be designed to meet the demands of modern life with sufficient access to digital infrastructure, allowing you to work from home and reduce your travel burden, and provide a basis to support the changing demands of everyday life. And this issue has come definitely into focus recently with many of us working from home. When considering movement and connectivity, it's important to be able to move around your local area safely and efficiently, and therefore there should be a balance of access to bus and rail services alongside the provision of cycling facilities, as well as the provision of adequate parking, and this will ensure a range of options that are sustainable for your community and location. Access to local amenities are often a critical factor for many when looking to purchase a new home, and this issue looks at the accessibility to local retail centres and the distance to local schools, leisure facilities and other open spaces. And this can also reduce your need to travel and help to promote a stronger local community and sense of place. Oops. My home rewards homes that are built to ensure that they provide spaces that are healthy to live in, but also don't cost the earth. Under air quality, the quality of the air in your home is perhaps not something that many people think about, but in reality is that the reality is that it's if it's not managed appropriately, it can impact on your health. The incidence of asthma and other breathing complaints are on the increase, and it's widely accepted that the indoor environment can exacerbate and bring on such problems in many people, whether or not they've suffered in the past. So ventilation strategies and systems need to provide clean air circulation in your home. To ensure that the air quality is factored into the design of your home, HQM encourages the design of adequate ventilation that doesn't compromise the cost of the heating of your home or your comfort. Also, high quality lighting design is an important and desirable feature that supports how you feel and how you use your home. And another important underlying quality of a home is the management of sound. It's critical to consider the specific needs of spaces within your home and the potential impact of the surrounding area on your home. Another basic expectation for our homes is that they provide comfortable conditions in which to go about our daily lives. So to avoid overheating and ensure affordability, any new home needs to offer a stable and warm environment that is easier to heat at lower cost in winter, but is also capable of providing cool air and ventilation in the summer. So to meet this challenge, HQM recognises steps taken to avoid the risk of overheating whilst ensuring well-insulated new homes, and also the provision of adequate and controllable ventilation which is capable of meeting the varying demands of the seasons. Under predicted energy use, we look at cost. So the everyday cost of running your home is a critical factor, and HQM will encourage homes that minimise cost pressures by ensuring that cost efficiency is central to the design of the home, and where access to relevant information and controls is made available to occupants to enable them to understand how to optimise the efficiency of their new home and how behaviour can influence this. Alongside the reduction of costs, we also have a responsibility to reduce our dependency on energy sources that negatively impact our environment and contribute to climate change and impact on our health. So HQM will promote measures that help to reduce these impacts, focusing on issues such as reducing CO2 emissions and other pollutants, and also rewarding the use of appropriate and cost-effective renewable energy solutions. And finally, this section looks at delivery and the processes that enhance the understanding and cooperation between the designer, contractor, client and the householder. This section hopes to ensure that the so-called performance gap is minimised and the home is truly capable of doing what it says on the tin. So here we look at the delivery of high quality homes and effective communications between those involved in its procurement. We recognise building contractors that undertake effective project management from the start of the process, verify key stages and activities such as product commissioning, and facilitate engagement between the design team and building constructors. This section also looks at skills and training provision for all site operatives and where regular progress and milestones can be demonstrated through the construction process. To improve the efficiency of the construction process itself, it's also important to consider the energy and waste associated with the building process. Improving waste arisings may enable us to build more homes more cheaply and also to a higher standard. And the HQM will encourage measures such as monitoring and reducing energy and water use during the construction process, and also effectively managing and reusing waste materials. The delivery section is also concerned with handover and closeout of issues such as commissioning, where a commissioning strategy is in place to ensure all systems are fully operational ahead of completion. And testing is undertaken to ensure all services and controls are capable of functioning fully throughout the year, particularly in winter and summertime conditions. And householder support for occupants is also important, and by means of sharing relevant information, including providing support services that provide a practical understanding and support in the operation of the home. And finally, providing accessible tools can help to reduce operational and maintenance costs by including accessible monitoring and control systems that provide information on the performance of systems in your home. So here we're going to look at how the scoring works. There are 39 assessment issues that define HQM, and these are categorised into the three sections that we've just covered, which are our surroundings, my home, and delivery. And within these three sections, there are 11 categories, as we can see here. And these are divided up between the three sections. There are also a number of issues associated with each issue category, and here we can see the number of points associated with that category in total. The overall rating and indicators are presented in an HQM scorecard, and the scorecard is an easy to understand tool that enables occupiers to compare indicators which focus on specific aspects of interest to the occupants in three key areas, including living costs, health and well-being, and environmental footprint. And the final rating gives an overall picture of the home's quality, which is scored out of 5-star levels. So looking at the indicator, my cost provides an indication of overall cost of living in the home and looks at issues such as energy costs, how long the materials are likely to last, maintenance, performance of the home in extreme weather, and access to transport and amenities. My well-being provides an indicator of how well the home will, how the home will affect the occupier's health and well-being. So the quality of the living space, including your indoor air, temperature, light and noise, and access to local amenities such as GP surgeries, cash points, pharmacies, supermarkets, and so on. When my footprint provides an indication of how the home will affect the environment, both during its construction and when it's being used. So looking at local and global emissions to the environment when the home is being used, environmental impact of constructing the home, and protecting and enhancing ecology. So let's have a look at the scoring. The HQM is scored out of a calculated maximum available 500 credits. Each criterion was rated in terms of its likelihood that it will impact on each indicator. And to achieve an HQM star rating, a minimum number of credits needs to be achieved. So looking here, we've got a 4-star rated home, which requires a minimum of 240 credits, which will give 48% overall. A 1-star rated home means that the home meets key baseline beyond minimum standards, whereas a 5-star rated home, however, signifies an outstanding home which pushes the boundaries. And broadly speaking, a 3-star home is broadly equivalent to a well-designed and built Code for Sustainable Homes Level 3 home. Now I've added this slide as there have been a few changes that have occurred since the release of the HQM beta version in 2016 and the new HQM1 version in 2019. The main changes here are the inclusion of the half-star rating in the HQM1 version and also the alignment of the HQM scoring with the familiar BREEAM rating system. So as we can see here, a 4-star rated home is equivalent to a very good, requires 240 points, which is 48% of the overall number of credits. And here we can see our indicator bands. And for a 4-star rated home, you would be looking at indicator bands providing a score of 3 and above, which are averaged over the 3 indicators to give the final rating. We can also see the half-star ratings here, which just they've been put in place really to benefit those contractors that just go a little bit over and above the minimum requirement for that level. To make sure that all HQM certified homes consistently deliver on important issues, the scheme also sets out minimum performance levels in several key areas. So there's 9 issues which include minimum requirements, and these requirements establish a standard that consumers can expect from all homes which have achieved an HQM1 certificate. This is considered important to promote trust and give consumers assurance and confidence as to the quality of the home. There are also indicator backstops that have been applied to the assessment which aim to achieve 3 or more under a particular indicator band. So, for example, an assessment looking to achieve a score of 3 under the wellbeing indicator will also have to achieve 3 credits under daylighting. And this is because daylighting impacts on the overall wellbeing issue. And finally, in terms of minimum requirements, HQM also includes routes of rigor that apply to certain issues. These consist of a foundation route which sets out the baseline performance requirements and a more comprehensive route which sets out a more rigorous approach and allows for a higher number of credits to be achieved under that related issue. An example of this can be seen here when assessing a home for its risk of overheating, which is covered under issue 4.5. Both routes will require a temperature analysis to be undertaken by either completing the HQM temperature tool using current weather data files and or projected weather data, or by undertaking a thermal modelling exercise in accordance with CPD TM59, which provides a full dynamic thermal analysis. Areas within SAP are calculated using national weather data. So, for example, in the Midlands or in London as a whole, an HQM uses the local weather data, which is a more accurate reflection of what's going on locally. Like BREEAM, HQM also applies a triple metric approach when considering primary energy, CO2 emissions, and heating and cooling demand. And the overall energy efficiencies and costs are considered, as well as the energy usage of lighting appliances and water heating. So here we can see what an HQM certificate looks like and the information that it will provide. The certificate summarises the aspects of sustainability and quality considered throughout the assessment process and indicates the overall star rating for the property. We can also see the individual indicator scores achieved under costs, my well-being, and the environmental footprint. And the back of the certificate provides a bit more of a detailed breakdown of the category scores and a summary of what the homeowner can expect from the indicator scores. So looking at an indicator table here, and we've got this one here, based on a 4-star rated home. Under my cost, let's go back. sorry. Under my cost, we can expect to see low energy bills, low mortgage and insurance, and reduced maintenance. Under my well-being, the home should provide lots of natural light, good air quality, and also access to amenities. And under my footprint, the homeowner can expect to see low CO2 emissions, planet-friendly materials, and also a home that's in tune with nature. I'm now going to pass you back over to Angela, who will take you through a bit of a recap and then also through some recommendations at the end before we take questions. Thank you, Angela.
Thank you. Thanks, Jacqui. Just a recap, the star rating for each home is based on the number of points gained for the HQM technical standards. The importance of the issues and criteria used in the assessment is guided by research and tailored to meet the needs of the new build housing sector. All homes must meet the requirements, and if they are not met, a certification cannot be awarded. Next slide. The second part of the star rating is a set of indicators that are made up of 39 issues, and each of these have a number of points available. The indicators are scored from 1 to 5. So that means a score, for instance, of 1 to 2 means the home is achieving more than the minimum standards. But these are issues that could affect the home's performance in relation to all 3 indicators. The HQM scheme assesses homes against technical standards which are structured under the 3 sections, which are My Home, Our Surroundings and Delivery. For each issues, points are awarded where the homes perform well, and to achieve the HQM certification, the homes must again meet the minimum requirements so that the consistent level of quality is met. And what we mean by quality is providing support when the properties are finished to a high standard before the occupants move in. The occupants are shown how to effectively use their home and to provide continuous support. Designing running costs of the home, good health and well-being, reduce effectiveness on the environment, and building, make sure the design plans are followed, test and verify construction work, and independence assured. We also make sure that the material used are robust, durable materials, high quality building product and specification, and the right products are used. The next slide. As we know, with all development and projects, stakeholders play an integral part by setting priorities to monitor performance of their schemes during each stage of their development, from pre-design stage through to post-construction stage, as we have done with Code for Sustainable Homes. They are able to avoid barriers that can arise in the future. Social, rented and private homes can be individually assessed as well as homes in apartment blocks. The consumer can be confident in the sustainability and the quality of their homes when buying and letting. That concludes the HQM presentation. Thank you for listening.